Hi guys, kind of in a little bit of a rush. I just want to throw on some nails really quick. Not sure why I only have one of these labeled. Usually I only label the ones that are my size. Not sure why we only got the center one done, but whatever. Not the point right now. The point is I'm just gonna do a very quick little set. Just for my right hand here, because I don't want to leave them undone. Yeah. 7. Let's see what a 7 looks like. It's a little bit big, actually. That's a little odd, but okay. See, that seems small. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me see. It's good for that now. That's the 8. Next would be this one. Alright, that's a 9. Alright, that's good for that finger. Where were we? Somewhere around here. It's labeled an 11. It looks a little big for me, though. Yeah, it's a little bit big. We're going to go to 12 over here. These go all the way to 14. That's why a 7 is too big for my middle finger. So the sizes are different than usual. This is even big. I'm going to use a 13 on my pinky. That should be okay. And then again, the middle. I'm going to go back to the 7, see how that looks to me this time. I don't know. I guess it's better than it being small, right? Alright, that's that. So I am just gonna, oh, hang on. My main lamp is not at my desk. Oh, I know where it is. 1 second, I'm coming. It's right here, my bag. Okay, got my little flash lamp here. And so what am I doing? I'm going to very quickly just hand file over my smooth surfaces, rough them up just slightly. Trying to get in the cuticle area with the hand file as best you can. I'm not going to pull out my e-file right now because, like I said, I'm in a little bit of a time crunch. I'd like to just bang this out real quick. Sorry, this is how I file my dominant hand. The file stays still, and everything else moves. Not the easiest thing to film, but I'll make it happen a little bit. I don't like using an actual buffer for this part. I feel like it doesn't do a good enough job. I feel like a fire just happens to be more efficient for this particular job. I'm also just gonna really quickly even out my underneath shape because they're a little bit chipped and not even and such. Just a little bit. set. Alright, so just gonna grab my LGN Pro dehydrator. Just once them over real quick. I'm not gonna mess with my cuticles because I did kind of do them a few days ago. So they shouldn't be, you know, growing out too much yet. Okay, dehydrator. And now for erase. I like to use this as the glue. Put my tips on. Two. Okay, that was weird. A little odd. Okay, anyway, we're gonna glue these on. I always start with my pinky. I feel like it's just easier that way. Like logically to me, it just makes more sense. I don't know. Don't even need very much because my nails are really quite short. So yeah. You guys know this process, I'm sure. What am I doing wrong here? I'm crooked already, hang on. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this first, and then I'll come back and cure the part that my hand is in front of, just to make sure we're straight. Nobody wants it to be crooked right off the bat. Okay, that one's on. On to the next one. I feel like 30 is perfect for this. 30 seconds, just because like I know it's on. If I do 10 or 15, it makes me worry. Not that I'm gonna like not cure fully after, but I'm just saying like while you're working. I feel like 10's not enough. Anyway, trying to get this one on nice and straight. Getting them straight seems to be a little bit of a struggle for me sometimes. Like this one's got a bubble. Okay, there we go. And this lamp is motion censored, so like you don't have to hit the button before like right as you go under it, as long as it's powered on. Hit 15 is when I'll move my thumb out the way, and then let it keep going. Alright. That one came on a little bit crooked. It's like this way slightly, but hopefully it won't be too noticeable once we get them all on. next one. Now, for me, my pointer finger is crooked, my nail. So, for some reason, that's almost always the one that lifts first. Like, regardless of how great the set is, like, it'll always be the one to lift first, like, weeks down the line. So, it's just how it is. Because I can lay it perfectly straight to the nail, but if you look, it's completely crooked. So for me to make it look straight, I have to tilt it a little bit, and then that makes the fit not quite as snug, which in the long term does give me lifting. But like only in the long term, you know what I mean? It doesn't happen right away usually, but it will happen. Can't imagine having a client with all crooked nails. It'd be hard to have retention with that. Alright, so these are not perfect. Like I said, I'm a little bit rushing right now. Excuse me. I have to get out of the house soon, but I did just want to get something on my hands. Not be, you know, nakey nubs. That's never fun. Okay, last one on this hand. Okay, that one went on nice and straight. Oh, a little heat spike on that one. Probably just because there's more glue in general. Alright, so they're on. This is the only one that wound up crooked. I'll hand file that ever so slightly. Gonna go in the big lamp. Okay, so I cured those. Now I'm gonna take my hand file again and just, you know, file off the little tips that be stuck on them. I'm not gonna mess with the shape at all. I don't really have time to do that. And I also don't really feel like polishing them. I think I'm just gonna try something else this time. Something that might be a little faster. Maybe a pat-pat. I don't know. I don't really want to paint completely far off from my other hand. But I also don't feel like polishing. So I'm not going to use that color, because that's just a polish. Actually, it's not polish, it's a builder, but builder bottom. Looking at all these different things over here. For my more pink tones. These are all kind of dark. Alright, I'm not going to do all that. I am literally just going to ombre the tip with, because I don't want to spend a lot of time here. So I'm going to just grab something. Let's see. Sorry, I have a lot of my stuff with me ready to do some nails outside the house. But I didn't even wind up doing them out, so some of my stuff's packed in here. Anyway, this is on and it shouldn't be. This is white. Pat, just with the little mesh over it. I kind of like that one. It's nice to just have it by itself. Once again, this was the color on this hand. makartt Pro Vivian number 2. So I'm literally just gonna ombre the tip one because, like I said, I don't want to spend a lot of time here. Alright, that's a white tip. Not ombre the best, but it's there. We'll do another coat that'll fix it. I just want to get down the base. hard to ombre with just one product. Anyway, I'm gonna cure that. Doesn't look good, but I'm gonna cure it anyway. Maybe I'll just come over it with a pink and it'll even out. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go back over the tip just to make it a little more like stark white. Like I said, just at the tips though. Gonna nuke that too. Alright, so that's cured. Like I said, I'm in a little bit of a rush. I am gonna take the other color that's on the other hand, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna go all the way over or ombre it. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out in just a second. I might just ombre it, actually. I like these short brushes. I'm actually gonna cure that. I don't hate it. Okay, sorry. I had to step away for a second, so I did, I cured it and then I smudged it. So I am just going to wipe the sticky layer, because like those smudges bother me. And then I'm gonna go back in with another coat of the same thing. Sorry, these black wipes sometimes leave some lint. Even though I like the texture of them. These happen to be my favorite ones. They're what I'm always grabbing for. Notice how you don't notice because you can't even see. I can show you real quick. Hang on. Right here I keep, no, can't see anything. Sorry. Keep all sorts of different lint-free wipes right next to me. But these black ones, you can see the texture of them. They're what I'm always reaching for. I just like appreciate the texture better. I don't know. Every once in a while they do leave a little black fuzz, but like it's not the end of the world. You just continue to wipe and it comes off. Anyway, I don't know if you guys have ever, no, I probably haven't ever backed up and shown you the whole little desk over here. This isn't always here. I just put it there because it helps keep this arm from leaning any more than it's supposed to. So this is where I placed my phone. But lighting is a little wild over here. We've got my one bar light, the two panels. This one was like a random find. I don't even know why it's not on right now. And then I also keep this one up here just to like have brightness in the room. Yeah, so that's my little desk. Not gonna show you guys everything else because it's messy as hell right now, but anyway, back to the set. Okay, I'm gonna do a coat on this bottom half of my thumb over here. I don't know what happened in that little splotch, but we're gonna cover it again. Uh-oh, touch the skin. It's fine, I'll fix it. I do like this little brush. It's actually much easier to maneuver. I'm not liking that. It didn't level out very well. It's splotchy because part of it's built and part of it's not. This might not have been the smartest design on something that already had an instant apex in it. It's gonna look a little bit bulky, but it's fine. Also going to try to ombre this down a little bit before I cure it. We got a black fuzz. We got a few of them. What the heck? Okay. Alright, got that out. Now, back to trying to even it out a little bit. I'm gonna cure that. Okay, that's cured. I'm gonna move on. Damn, what the heck did I just do? I just made a mess. What's going on with this brush and these black lens? Alright, I'm starting to get irritated. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Because if I keep recording, I'm gonna aggravate myself. I'm gonna finish the set and I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, so I did finish this set off camera. Just finished matte top coating them. They are extremely uneven as far as color underneath. But the shaping is good, so I'm not going to be that upset about it, and I will come back to paint them later after I go out and do everything I'm supposed to do. Gonna put some oil on because they really are just thirsty right now. They looking real thirsty, my nails, at least my cuticles. I'm just gonna, this one's actually hurting a little bit. That's the crooked nail. It always winds up filing on the skin just slightly. Anyway, this should help. This is my own mix that I make. Considering making it to sell. Vitamin E, obviously. Jojoba oil, avocado oil, and what else do I put in there? I forget right now. Hang on, let me see. Oh, grapeseed oil, right. And then whichever scented essential oils, I like to add in just a few drops of those. This one's not scented specifically. This one's just plain. But I'm definitely considering making it to sell because, like, I feel like it's worth it with all the good stuff in there. It's hard to find a good cuticle oil, man. I feel like a lot of them are just mineral oil disguised, which in the long term really doesn't do much. But nice vitamin E, a little bit of jojoba, grapeseed, and avocado. I feel like that, you know, that's a solid cuticle oil. Anyway, I digress. They're done for now. I'm gonna go handle my business and maybe be back later to do something fun with them. Anyway, that's my set for now. Thank you for watching.